Welcome to the Inspirational Corner with me, your host, Stylisha Bolden, as we encourage you here to live bold, live loud, and live authentically without apology. Welcome to another episode of the Inspirational Corner, everyone. I am so glad you decided to listen in on another episode. And I just want to put out a disclaimer before I continue and discuss what this new episode will be about. Um, I don't believe I will be sniffing or anything due to allergies because this is truly allergy season. However, after fully hydrating myself, I think I feel a little bit better. But I just want to put that disclaimer out there. If you hear some sniffles, it's okay. It's just due to my allergy. So I wanted to put that disclaimer out there. However, this episode is connected to the last episode because I am actually doing a 3-part series called Love Your Life series. Part 1 was talking about the joy of minding your own business. So if you have not listened to that episode, you can go to my YouTube channel and subscribe so you'll be able to listen to the last episode or any other episode that you have missed out on. And when you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you will get a notification when my new podcast or when a new podcast has been created. So don't be shy about going over there to my YouTube channel and subscribing to the Inspirational Corner under my name, Stylisha Bolden, so you won't miss out on the new podcast. And so, with that said, this particular subject is so important and just, flows along with part 1, like I said, which was the joy of minding your own business. And so, in episode 11, I am going to be talking about becoming the Picasso of your life. When you think about art, what comes to your mind when you think about art? I know for me, when I think about art, I think about creativity. I think about things being colorful, abstract, and the type of person I am. I love art. I am an art lover. I'm an art connoisseur. Maybe a couple of years ago, I took an art class at a technical school here where I live. I took a art class or art course because I'm a very intellectual person and I like stuff like that. So things like that just is very enjoyable for me to do, and I love education. So with that said, I learned so many things in this art class. I learned about the different eras and the different um, time spans of the different eras of art. And one of my favorite artists is Pablo Picasso. And I love Picasso's art because it's very unique, very different, and I especially love the era of that he truly created was the Cubism. And with the Cubism era, his art was very different. It wasn't like everybody else's. And so, with that said, when you are the Picasso of your own life, you get a canvas. Your life is like a big, gigantic canvas that you get to create. You get to add, delete, edit, multiply, subtract from that artwork or art piece. And sometimes we do ourselves an injustice when we allow other people to become the painter in our life. We allow other people to paint their ideas, their opinions, and theologies for what our life should be. And that truly results into forgery. And if you all know, like I know, most artists, they sign their name on their artwork. truly because they do not want someone else getting the credit for all the hard work, time, and dedication that they put into their artwork. And so when you allow someone to come in and forge your life, it's not your unique, authentic, spiritual imprint that you're creating on your own life, but it's their ideal or version that they're creating for your life. It becomes a concept of a forgery. And when we allow others to paint on our canvas of life, it will create, like I said before, fraudulent creations, because it's not going to create the masterpiece that God wants us to create for our lives. I believe for me, God is the ultimate creator of the life and nature and the universe, but we are the co-creators. I believe that there is something higher. There's a higher being, a higher source for me, and that I'm the co-creator of my life. But I believe he gives us all an individual imprint, an individual unique identifier in order for us to figure out what works for us, what doesn't work, what we like and what we don't like. And so when you are giving society, family, friends, or whoever access to this sacred art canvas, you are truly outsourcing your life to other people. And you're no longer being that co creator of your life, because you're allowing somebody else's vision to be bigger than your vision for your life. And you're no longer in the driver's seat, because when you allow somebody else to be in the driver's seat of your life, it causes a lot of chaos and confusion. And you don't want another person co-signing on your life, telling you what works for you and what doesn't work for you and what would be best for you. It's just like working for a company. You're the employee. So they will listen to your idea, but at the end of the day, that employer of that company has the final say so on what your life should be or should not be. They have the final say so on what you should do. And I know for me, it's so important to live life on my own terms and do my own thing. I don't want somebody else to tell me what is right for my life, because they only going to see a small minute version of what they think is best. And it's just like working for a company. They're going to give you a paycheck. They're going to give you the benefits, but they are the ones telling you when to come to work, when to leave, what benefits that they think you deserve, and they will give you the money or the paycheck they think you deserve, whether it's salary or hourly. So they are telling you, this is what I believe you deserve, maybe because of your experience or whatever. Or say if you don't have the experience but you're not making that much, because they saying, well, you don't have a degree or whatever, or you have the degree but you don't have the experience. So when we allow other people to drive, be the driver in our lives, they gonna always steer us astray, because they don't really know what really works for us as individuals. We should be the person that has to say so and speak up to create this art piece. And the vision that we have for our lives is going to give us clarity to accomplish the goals that we set, to create a beautiful piece of art and to create this art on the canvas of life that we have. And society, like I said, they will cloud our judgment and our perspective. And it's up to us to take back the paintbrush of our lives and generate our own personal masterpieces. We may only have one life, but we get to live many versions or multiple versions of our lives because we're multifaceted beings in this human journey or human experience. It's not meant to live one version of your life. It's not meant to only live life one way. That's what makes us all unique and different. We all choose to live life in a different way. What works for one person may not work for another person. That's the beauty about becoming the Picasso of your own life. You will be able to go through a journey, or we all should be going through a journey of self discovery, of learning what we like and don't like. What worked for you 5 years ago may not work for you right now. Who you were then and what you used to do, or whatever career you had before or job that you had before, is not what you want to do now. Even going through the COVID-19 right now, how we're all at home, quarantined, on lockdown, and the same way you came into this quarantine may not be the same way, hopefully it's not the same way you're going to come out, because the job or career that you had before this, you may have found your passion or may realize, oh, I want to start a business, and you don't want to go back to being on somebody else's timetable and schedule. You don't want to do that. And so I know even after this, there's going to be great things that come out of this. And so in the end, and the most important part is that when you take back the paintbrush of your life, you begin to generate your life masterpiece. You begin to be more confident because you know what strokes, what paints will look good to accentuate your canvas. And so, with that said, I want to give you three specific ways where you can become and be comfortable with becoming the Picasso of your own life. The first thing, and I talked about it a little bit already, about creating the vision for your life. Create the vision. Whether it be a vision board, a vision journal, or collage, take the time to define your vision. This will help you see your goals clearly. Then you will be able to create action steps to accomplish them. So when you create a vision and when you write down the vision, make it plain and write it down, it will help you decide which direction you want to go. Number two, which was a big thing for me, stop explaining yourself. I had to learn that sometimes shutting my mouth was the best thing to do. Running my mouth, getting overly excited, and there's nothing wrong with being excited about your goals and visions and plans and everything, but prematurely sharing your dreams, aspirations, or goals with others sometimes can be discouraging, especially if their input is not what you want to hear. And I'm not talking about constructive criticism, because that's something different. There are a couple of people in my intimate circle that I will bounce ideas off of. At the end of the day, I have the final say so of what I know what will work for me as being the CEO of my own life. So with that said, constructive criticism is something different. I'm talking about people that are toxic and constantly want to put you down and constantly want to discourage you. True, like I said before, you want to tell everybody about what's going on in your life and the great and the exciting thing that is being presented to you or that is being manifested in your life, but it is sometimes just moving in silence is the best thing. I know for me, God individually has designed my life, and or in yours too. I just believe that because it's not meant for us to fit in, and more importantly, it's not meant for us to care about others validating us, or we're needing other people to validate us. I think that is not even needed because you are individual, and it's important for you to do what works for you, to dance to the own beat of your drum and to live life on your own terms. And the last and third thing is creativity is messy. Understand when you are the artist, or even if you know an artist. I know with my daughter, she's an artist. So when she does artistic pieces, whether it be on canvas or glass, whatever she decides to do her artistic expression on, she may do a piece of art and complete it, and I'm like, oh, that I love it, it's beautiful. And she'll say, no, I want to redo it, I got another vision for it. Because overall, that's her vision for her artwork and for her canvas. I might say I love it, she don't like it, or she might have a piece that I'll be like, no, I don't feel that, that's not for me. But she might love it because she know what she was trying to convey in her canvas and her art piece. Just like with us, creativity is messy, and when we understand that the road of life is not a straight line, but it is filled with a lot of dead ends, detours, and U-turns. When you are handed a blank canvas for your life and to create the vision for your dream life, know that being flexible is important. Many artists creative create beautiful many artists create beautiful masterpieces, but they understand that the first stages of creating the masterpiece will be messy. And I just want you all to understand that becoming the Picasso of your life is not a straight line. You're going to make mistakes, you're going to do things that may not be traditional or conventional for other people, because it's not meant for them to understand your life. But just know that you get to live as many different versions of your life. You may have started out as a school teacher. Now you want to own your own interior design business. Then you go from interior design to something else. That doesn't make you an unstable person. It makes you a person that is multifaceted and that has more than one side of us. We are created to be multi-dimensional beings. So who you were 3 years ago or a minute ago may not be who you are now, and that's okay. Embrace that. It's a quote. You all know I love quotes. It's a quote actually by Marilyn Monroe that I love because she was very unconventional back in the 50s and 60s, especially with beauty. Her beauty was different. She was curvy. She loved the red lipstick, and she's iconic to me, and I love her. So this quote says, "Imperfection is beauty. Madness is genius, and it's better to be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring." So I encourage you that you don't, when you create this painting for your life, when you have this canvas for your life, that you choose not to allow your life to be a copy of somebody else's idea or thoughts or and opinions of your life, but because that's absolutely boring. And it's truly meant for you to live a fun, absolutely ridiculous life where people don't have to understand your version of it. And so until then, everybody, have a great day. Be blessed. And I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. Remember, if you have not listened to the first part of the Love Your Life series, The Joy of Minding Your Own Business, check it out on my YouTube channel. Until then, have a blessed day, everyone.